How could things be worse for you when your loved one is missing? Answer: when they go missing in the middle of a global pandemic.
Lockdown has been hard for everybody, and we all wonder if we're ever going to see our loved ones again. But people who have a loved one missing feel that way all the time.
I think there's so much that's been kind of taken away that people use as a source of support right now. And I think that's been the big impact. And I'm really proud that as missing people, we've been able to respond and create a social space for families to meet once a week, to think actually we need to be here in this time because there's going to be so much worries for them.
Missing is one of those things where people can go missing or run away for many different reasons, and all of those things are magnified because of the pandemic. Imagine if you don't like the people you live with, if you don't feel safe at home, if you are going through issues and taking away your normal routine of having some exercise, socialising is taken away.
Many children and young people who were already at risk of being involved or exploited by gangs and county lines suddenly lost that face-to-face support, supervision and safety that they would have gained from their teachers, their support staff, their mentors and other youth workers when schools and youth services had to close.
Suddenly we had to switch our way of working because we knew that lifeline was needed more than ever, and we refused to let it falter. It was not an option.
We had to very quickly move to home working, which wasn't an easy thing, and our staff were amazing in moving so flexibly, opening up their home spaces to be workspaces as well. I'm sure most of us have had experience of home working in the past year, but if you think about our team, they are having to take calls from people in extreme crisis, people who are very emotional, in very difficult, sometimes dangerous situations, and to do that in your own home is a big undertaking. And we're really proud that our team have been able to do that and willing to do that.
But at a time when other services, charities, statutory agencies were reduced or even closed, the members of the services team, not for a moment, needed to be asked to bring our helpline into their homes. Not for a second. Because what meant more to them was keeping it open.
There's been something really magical about being online, having people that would never have been able to attend an event because of all the other things that we have to think about and consider, being able to be together. So in a way, communities felt bigger in some regard. And so I would like to, my hope is that we keep some of those things, that we don't just revert back to old, but think about things that have worked, things that have been really great, connecting us.
I hope when this pandemic is over, we will all have learned that kindness, connection, and caring for each other should be our priorities.
The need for community, face-to-face support and shared experiences is so vital to so many of us for our health, our happiness and our well-being. And we must work hard to bring those things back into our society and back into our lives.
We're needed now more than ever. And the thought that any of the people who've needed our help go unanswered, and not just because we're busy, but because we're not there, that hits your heart in a way I can't describe.
But when you work on a helpline and you hear a human voice and they're telling you the most personal, traumatic things, there's something really special about a connection like that. It really is a privilege.